So, throughout my life, people have always called me Miss Enterprise. It's a word that means a lot to me, since it's being a leader, taking risks, and always thinking about profit first. But lately, I have been wondering, can an entrepreneur do more than just making money and profits? Can they make a real difference for the world, in their country, or even the stranger life? Dorothy Day was the one who didn't give out any money, even $1, but she still used her voice and action to save thousands of American lives. She is a well-known American social activist, journalist who co-founded the Catholic worker movement. She advocates for social justice and the right of the poor. She often emphasized that we don't need wealth to make a difference. And that's come an idea in my mind. When I was young, my family usually brought me to the orphanage during the Lunar New Year. My parents always asked me to share candies with the children there. I was wearing a fancy red dress with a shiny big flower hairband. In the orphanage hall, I looked so different. Their clothes were worn and not fancy and shiny as mine. Every year, I wore different fancy clothes, and one day, I saw my fancy red dress was on another girl in the orphanage. As a 6-year-old girl, I was mad. I was going to question the girl who stole my dress, but my mom stopped me, and she pulled me aside, and she said, "We donate your dress. We should share our happiness with other people." Well, that was the first time I heard the word donate. To be honest, I was a pretty stubborn child. And honestly, I thought that was the worst Chinese New Year I ever had. The following year, we moved to another city from Krang to Johor Bahru. And I never went back to the orphanage again. We live in a landed house in Kluang, but when I moved to Johor Bahru, this is a city that is full of huge buildings. And in the building, there were so many people living inside, but no one seemed to be truly connected like a family. I immediately thought back to my childhood dream, your home. This is a building that will provide free shelter, free food, and free education. But in reality, no such building existed, even though there are so many rich people around the world, and they always spend their money easily. Then, I decided to study economics and everything related to business to make money for my childhood dream. When I was in the first class of business, I say, it is not gonna work. The first class we have taught, profit first. That is the opposite of my dream. I was depressed and I lost my way, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do in my future. Well, I have a superhero beside me, which is my mom. She's the always one to stand beside me, and she noticed my feeling, so we have a deep conversation. She let me go out and ask people around for their opinions and chances. Then I found that I can do business and economic in the way that I prefer. There isn't only the way that you run your business. The way is all created by people. I can also create mine. I start to look at what a business can do for charity without any extra pay and giving out their profits. According to investor.com, in US, every year there is at least 10% of companies paying no tax to the government, including Tesla. If those companies pay tax with the right amount on time, the citizen can get more benefits such as better medical care and housing. Except for companies and big entrepreneurs, we can also do something to strengthen our charity community. Donating money is not the only way. We can also give something physically, like Mari Membaca. Mari Membaca is a group of volunteers that went to countryside and helped children to read and donate books in Johor, Malaysia. We help children who don't have a chance to get a great education and help them to read and write. No matter if I'm the one who loves donating or doing enterprise, in my economic, there is no conflict between charity and enterprise. Well, Thinking back to the orphanage, although I never went back again, it really taught me a lesson that I'll never forget. Well, I could have a new dress every Chinese New Year. The girl might only ever have one. If I have understood the word donate earlier, then that might have my favorite Chinese New Year. So today, I ask myself again, do I want to be Miss Entrepreneur or Miss Charity? And maybe I don't have to choose. I can be both. But now, I want to ask you, if you have to choose between making a big profit or making a big differences, which one would you pick? Thank you.